Do some putzing over the weekend, plant some grass, see how that works.
Yeah.
Does your dog have the lawn too?
That's no.
I figured
But his, yeah, he's saying the other day that he's working in the buildings and stuff. Went to lunch with one of the commissioners. They're trying to talk.
Maybe enough time's passed.
Well, he lives out in the country, so he's not in the city. Well, they've been having problems with, said they've been having a few problems with some antiquated laws.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. And,
Our entire state.
and they really, I guess, never had a good planning.
We good?
Can you hear it?
Yep.
Joe?
You sitting over by me?
I heard about it. I didn't know. Keep playing music.
How do you know?
Our thing. Okay.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Summer's running. I gotta wait till
Yes.
November. Well, okay, I'm gonna call the meeting. Everybody turn their mics on, please. You guys ready?
Yep, ready.
Okay, I'm gonna call the meeting at 7:00. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I'll lead this time. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All righty. Roll call, please. Here.
Robert?
Here.
Becky?
Here.
Sonia?
Here.
Wendy? Here.
I declare we have a quorum. Can I get somebody to approve the minutes or a motion?
Make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, new business, appoint a police commission member. I talked to Katie Weaver and we have 4 applicants. Are any of the applicants here okay. Since we have such great applicants, we did not want to make a choice off of just the letter of interest. So what we were interested in, see if you would maybe this next week, sometime after 4:00, I'll email you or call you with some times. What's your name? David? That's Tony, Mike. Okay. I think your phone number's on there on the on there.
I don't see it. I don't see it.
You want to email us with your phone number and I'll give you a call. And we would like to sit down and do an interview because it's hard to, judge 4 guys or 4 people off of a piece of paper. And so we feel it's an important position. So we'd like to do an interview. Is that okay? All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Do you guys have any questions about that? What we're doing? Okay. Thank you. All righty. Next on there, council to approve input and considering holding first reading of ordinance number 2020-9C, rezoning of approximately 38 acres owned by Donald Barnhart Living Trust at 8283 North 200 West from residential 3.1 to industrial. Public hearing intent tentative scheduled for Tuesday, September 29th at 6:30.
Good evening. For the record, I'm Adam Zaklakowski, the Planning and Building Director for the town. As you mentioned, this particular case involves a rezone. basically taking it from residential 3.5 to institutional. So this is 38 acres of land just north of the Mount Vernon School District campus on the east side of 200 West. And the school district is looking to purchase that property. They have the consent of the property owner to move forward with the rezone. According to the school district, they haven't said exactly how they wish to develop the
Could
property.
you show on the
at this
map
point.
so
Sure.
people, or did you
Sure.
bring something or
Yeah, I can get my.
exactly where those 38 acres are? I appreciate it. You say it's just north of the elementary or the high school?
It's north of the high school. No, north of the middle school, actually. So
Good.
it's.
It's on the east side.
That section there, okay,
North.
okay, okay, thank you.
The what?
So for,
I'm not.
for tonight, all you're being asked to do is consider first reading of the ordinance and provide any comments you might have on it. It's just a straight rezone. It's not planned unit development, so there's no special standards for it. And then it would go to the Plan Commission on Tuesday, September 29th at 6:30 for a formal public hearing and for the Plan Commission's recommendation, either positive, negative, or no recommendation. And then it would come back to you all in October. So with that, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to address those. Thank you.
Is that part of the comprehensive plan to do that, or?
The comprehensive plan map shows, does show that property as being institutional. So that
Okay.
was, in 2014, that was the plan to allow for that to happen. So.
Okay.
I do have a question.
Okay. So-
Okay.
Oh, there's the pack, I guess I need.
Oh, is this yours?
Oh, maybe it's stacked in here, so,
No.
oh, here it is.
Either
Thank you.
Adam or Alex, Joe. So when does what kind of tax liability does that come with once it's switched? Does it go with once the zoning switches or once the use starts?
It's when the zone, it's how it's zoned would follow, but. No. If it's being used as ag, then it's going to be taxed as ag. Once it comes in as industrial or something like that. then a residential-
Now, if the ownership transfers to the school district, I'm assuming that it would come off the tax
Comes
rolls.
off altogether.
So that's what I was saying. So it doesn't matter how it's being used because they're not going to build a school on it immediately.
Yeah, the
So,
school owns it, they're taxed.
right.
Yeah.
I'm curious just what that would mean. I can look that up.
I mean,
I'm
just
curious what that
just
would
for the
mean.
record, I think there are two items from a planning perspective just to consider. Doesn't mean that I'm opposed to it. One item is there's Mr. Myers' house, which is right out in front. And obviously we wouldn't force the school district to buy that property or anything like that. But we just have to think of in the future, if that whole area becomes part of their school campus, it would be a little odd to have a residential homestead out in front. So just one thing to think about. And then the second thing that I've expressed to the school district a few different occasions is, again, I don't know how they want to use this property, but if they did want to build, say, another elementary school, because we've been told that that is needed in Fortville, really in the coming years, my advice has been that if we can put the elementary school somewhere closer to the Old Town area, it would allow students to be able to walk. I mean, think of an elementary school as an amenity, just like a park or just like a swimming pool or anything like that. That's a public investment that's being made. And to my belief, you want to get as much bang for your buck out of it by trying to promote residential property values in the surrounding area. So again, I'm not against it, just a couple different things for you to
Right.
think about on things that could be impacted by this.
Thank you.
Thank you. So do we have to take a vote on this, or we're just?
We can make a
leave this
motion
system?
This is where you're providing any input you may have to the
Oh.
planning commission for their hearing before they do the first consideration for the public hearing.
Libby or Becky or Tanya, anything?
I think it's
Looks
probably a
logical.
good idea.
Mhm.
They don't like the property they have out in Mount Comfort, so.
They're gonna
Right.
need it before long.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Make a motion to move forward with first reading of ordinance number 2020-9C, rezone of approximately 38 acres owned by Donald Barnhart Living Trust at 8283 North 200 West from residential 3.5 to institutional.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Do we have any public, I should ask, was there anybody public comment on that? Okay, sorry about that. Unfinished business. Consider second reading of ordinance 2020-9B, amending speed limit on 200 West or Broad or Fortville Pike. Fortville Pike. Okay, both of them. When you do that.
So this is the second reading for the speed limit ordinance. I'm gonna take this off now that I'm away from everybody. There was some concern, actually, once we started annexing down that way, we never did really have a speed limit ordinance for that part of the road because it wasn't incorporated into our ordinance the way it was written. And then looking with putting in the subdivisions and some concerns about the speeds, we done a speed study on Fortville Pike. And the speed study and the recommendation that came back with that was that we reduce that speed to 50 miles per hour. That's what's in this ordinance that you guys had the first reading on the last time. And then also on 200 West, now that turn pocket has been put in for that subdivision, that turn pocket was actually designed for 40 mile an hour. Speed limit down to there was 45. So this just kind of ties the two together. The speed limit and design of the turn pocket is all, it matches and it works. 40 is not that much slower down through there. And the more traffic we get out there with the school and the school buses, I think it's going to be a good move.
So you got to restripe. It
Fortville
was,
Pike, yes.
yeah, so on the way home.
Yes.
So this change has been
Oh,
made. Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't yesterday
It
when I was
wasn't
down
this
through
morning
there.
either. It was on the way home.
Good, good.
One point of clarification, the version that's the same as that I have, it's not the updated version.
I print the wrong
You
one.
printed the wrong one.
Oh,
You voted on, so this isn't the one you actually voted and approved on last time. The difference is, and I've got it in front of me, section, the changes go C through G. Remember, we talked about the majority of the changes were just the lettering.
Do you have it?
The only two substantive changes are
Oh, mhm.
There, I will
P,
print it.
no person may operate a motor vehicle in excess of 45 miles per hour on Maple Street from 1,500 feet south of Garden to County Road 900 North. And then the other was what Joe was just talking about on the 50 mile an hour zone, Merrill Street / Southeastern Avenue, 2,500 feet west of intersection with Drury Lane, the county line, and then also Maple Street, County Road 900 North to the southern municipal limits of the town. Those
Is
are the two substantive changes.
2020-9B though still, correct?
It
Yes.
is,
Okay, all right.
yes. Sorry, I just noticed that.
Just putting it now for your signature.
Okay. We ready?
mhm.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 2020-9B, amendment to Title 7, Chapter 72, the Town of Fortville Code of Ordinances, an ordinance amending the speed limit schedule for, as presented.
A second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Thank you. I saw Heath come in. You,
This was the latest one. This was almost a year. Is it still that one? 'Cause this was the last one.
We'll go to Heath. We'll go to Heath.
Okay.
Chiefs.
We'll go to Heath. Heath.
Yeah, I saw Heath.
Yeah, so you have
We
anything?
won't get them. to sign.
That's why I'm coming.
Oh, there we go.
All right, Joe, you're
So
up.
You want me to go up since
Yep,
I'm here?
yep.
Okay. Just a couple things to inform you or bring you up to speed on. The chief is not here tonight, but you may have seen on Facebook where he did set the trick or treating hours from 5 to 8 on October 31st, only on Saturday. The next thing I was going to tell you is the turn pocket has been removed on Fortville Pike. I talked to the council earlier on about Dave, your water and sewer plant superintendent, wanted to get some RFQs for the expansion or the new water plant that we're looking to build here real soon. We received 8 RFQs, requests for qualifications. They were due back today. And stack them there in front of Robert as he agreed to be the one to review those. If anybody wants to look at those, then we definitely have copies. But Dave is working on a score sheet, and then very much like what you said with the police commission, once we select a couple that we really like, we would like to bring them in and have a chat with them and see who we're going to get the best product out of. The food pantry, you also have a flyer there in front of you, and this was also put on our Facebook page.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mount Vernon School or Community School Food Drive. This was something that I believe was started out by the folks down at the township because there is a concern that the Gleaners Food Bank will not be here around the middle of October, the beginning of November. So there will be a little bit of a lag in there. So I know a lot of the local community folks, I think McCordsville, Fortville Township and all, we're doing a little food drive to see what we can do to get some food in here to pack the pantries. The town of Fortville, this gives the dates that we will be accepting the foods here, September 29th and the 30th. And then again, October 1st, 6th, 7th, and 8th. And we'll do that between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. And we'll collect those foods here and then we'll get those to the township and they can be dispersed to the food pantries then.
Okay, thank you.
Sidewalk replacement has started. They've got a little over 600 feet replaced. And they're supposed to be back in town tomorrow to rec some forms, do a little landscaping and start in on some additional walks. So I'm looking forward to getting some of that done. And hopefully with the budget next year, we can do twice as much. And then the last thing that I've got here, just to let you know that the new park truck and street department truck came in last week. And then also the end of the week, the 5,500 dump truck for the street department came in as well. So I didn't realize how bad our old trucks were till the new ones. So, and that's all I've got this evening, unless you've got anything for me.
No? Anything? Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty, Heath, you ready?
To Joe's point, I'm still reaching out the window of my truck to try and open the door. Yeah, I was working on it. For the record, Heath Luther Parks manager. Don't have a lot of, the dog park has both shelters up. It's got 4 benches in it now, some dog park receptacles, concrete's all done, everything. We're working on some curbing and stuff now. I got some stone down there for it. We find some time to get the curbing in. Just kind of getting things ready for fall. Friends of the Park. We were approached, Libby and some other people, some volunteers that are interested in doing some work in and around the park, help fundraise for types of things that we need. Not really sure where it's going to go yet, but we're going to meet on Wednesday at 6 o'clock here at the municipal building. Just some local people. I know Jared Heiner's interested in being part of it. Some local residents. So we'll see kind of where that takes us. It's going to be a volunteer organization. And so, yeah, I'll have more updates on that probably at the next council meeting about what came out of that. The last thing is fireworks. Not really sure what's going to happen with fireworks next year. I know you guys as a council need to kind of, I'm bringing this up to have you guys start a discussion amongst yourselves on how we want to proceed moving forward with that, only because we've got to make a phone call by about the end of October to get those on the books, or we will not have fireworks for next year. So I know there's been some COVID's thrown a wrench into everything. There's been some discussion about the town doing it. There's been some discussion about the chamber doing it. It doesn't matter to me, but it's something that we need to have a discussion about. Not right now, but just be aware that, as you guys start talking, we need to have a solution by 6 weeks from now.
Okay.
Okay. 5 weeks from now. So that's pretty much all I have, unless anybody's got any questions for me.
What about the electricity at the basketball court?
I have not
The
looked into
lights.
that yet. I know there was a young man that was in here. We've been dealing with some other electrical issues around the community center. Those originally, I don't know if Joe told you guys, those originally have lights. We had a pole just rot and fall. We've cut the power to that since. I will look into that by the next council meeting and let everybody know, whether it's via email or here at the council meeting, of what that cost is. I can tell you right now it's going to be a fair amount, because the new lights would need to be probably on a timer, kind of like what they had at the township basketball courts, where you could push a button, turn them on until a certain time. And there'll also be LED, which obviously cost of running is a lot cheaper, but cost of installing necessarily isn't. And frankly, the electrical in that park is so old, I don't really know exactly what needs to happen just yet. So I'll get an electrician out here between now and then. And we're kind of finding that with the issues that we've had with the restroom that's getting redone at the dog park. They're still working on that, some plumbing, some electrical stuff. Hopefully by the next council meeting, that'll be pretty much finished. But it's going to be a task. We'll just kind of have to see. I know Joe, Brian, the street guy, like, there's not a diagram of where all the original electrical run through some of that. So we've got to find kind of where everything's at and where to go from there. So.
Okay.
That kid he did stand here and say that he had the ability to raise
Raise
funds for this
funds, yeah.
too. So and that's why I'm anxious to get some numbers out there, because he can contribute, that he has people that are interested in contributing
Right.
to the cost of that. So I'd like to not let that sit very long, so they get right on it if that's the case. So
So
was
Libby,
invited.
was
He was invited to the Friends of the
Yep.
Park.
Yeah,
I
good.
thought it would be
So-
nice to have a high school
Yeah.
representative
Yep.
be there.
he's a great kid. So
did he respond?
We
by the
lost
way?
communication somewhere. He asked if he could attend, I think via Zoom, or actually he wanted to talk to me beforehand, and I emailed several times. So
Okay.
I don't have a phone number for him, so I'm just going off that email.
Okay.
So I don't know if he'll be there or not.
Okay. And if
you're
you want to
watching, Jared,
forward me the email as well. I mean, like, I'll just ask him for a phone number and I can have a conversation with him. But we do have an Eagle Scout who has finally got his paperwork through. There was a little bit of an issue down by the outdoor shelter houses from that old playground equipment. That's been ripped out. In that space, I don't know if anybody cares or knows what it is, but it's called a Gaga ball pit. Around the schools, kids play it a lot. It's like an indoor octagon shaped deal where they play almost dodgeball with their feet. It's kickball. I've got an Eagle Scout that has already raised money and wants to build one of those down there in place of those implements that have been taken out. So that will be a new addition down there. Hopefully this fall. He's been dragging his feet a little bit on it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Alrighty, Adam, you have anything for us? Any questions for Adam? No? Okay. Missy?
No, other than I sent the August financials out earlier today, and I don't know if y'all had a chance to look at them or not, but they were sent later in the day.
Okay.
I saw a little bit of it, but
I
I
started to look at
Chief's not here tonight. Alex?
Well, then I sent y'all an email last night or Friday sometime,
Mm.
we got the formal notice
Oh,
from
yeah.
the court, the bankruptcy back on that suit against Purdue Pharma. So it's a waiting game now, but the claim was made, as you guys said. I think we came in well under the fees that we had estimated. So fingers crossed that when all the calculations are done, that it's a number that can really benefit the town.
Thank
I'll
you.
let you know as things progress.
Very good. Public comment? Town council comments. Libby?
I don't have anything. Friends of the Park was the thing I've been working on since our last meeting.
How are you marketing that?
Well, it just started off with people of interest, like Tammy Parker at ATA, the Taekwondo place. She takes her kids there all the time. And so she had come in one time and asked how to get new playground equipment. Or then Jared, when he came in, it just, so I reached out to people who've been saying things. It's just an information meeting to see if they want to get, into this group and what is it even going to look like.
Maybe put on town's Facebook page? Maybe
Well,
or do
you
you
know-
don't want that man?
Well, we were like, let's just get something set first. We
Okay.
have too many people that Keith was thinking no more than 10 people.
Okay.
So, did you want to?
Well, I was just gonna say, I think the overall goal of this kind of volunteer organization is gonna be streamlining everything. And I provided a list of just kind of wants and kind of what we've looked at and what we've done and what we're looking to. And what we would like to do is just, prioritize, figure out this is our number one goal right now, whether it's a new piece of playground equipment, instead of having, 20 different people going 20 different ways, having those 10 people focused on, okay, how do we get this one thing done? And when it's done, we can check that off and we can go to the next thing. So I know there's been some issues in the past, but everybody's got their own ideas. Well, I think the town, because it's a volunteer organization, we will kind of set, this is what our priority is going to be. How are you going to help us get to that goal?
That's a good idea.
And,
So-
and I think when those people come up with the plan of whatever it's going to be, if there's going to be an event or something, that's when we'll reach out to the community, see if they want to volunteer in whatever committee, is formed from that. But again, we're just going to see how it goes, right?
Yep, that's the plan.
Thank you.
That's how it starts.
Yeah.
Becky?
I think the park thing's a great idea. I think they need the playground equipment out there for the kids.
I agree. Robert?
The only thing I had for you was an update from my solid waste meeting where Slash got to have a conversation regarding animal control. And I think I told you it was coming up soon. It was postponed or actually the topic was postponed till later this month, like 9/29, I think is what so we're still waiting. I was hoping to have a little bit more information today, but 9/29.
Okay, thank you. Did I already ask you, Tanya, if you had comments?
No, that's okay. I don't have nothing.
You
I'm gonna be quiet. Sorry about that.
I don't have any comment either, thank you. Approve and sign vouchers?
I make a motion to approve and sign vouchers.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Make a motion, we adjourn at 7:28.
One second.
New record.
Hold on, guys, I need that second.
I did.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh,
The ordinance.
I was like, I second.
Who
well, we'll
seconded
sign it.
that?
Don't move.
Who seconded that? We need, did we
We can
vote
sign
on that?
this. It's just, this has changed.
Did we vote on that? The adjourn? All
Yeah, we did.
right,
Yeah.
I missed it.
Yep.
All right.
You just gotta stick around, sign paperwork.
Yeah.
We can, this second page didn't change, did it?
No.
Okay,
So you can sign this.
We can sign this.
Yeah, right before I came.
Oh, I haven't read
I
it.
wanted to see what that was kind of
I don't
all
know if you let
about.
Alex look at that.
I didn't notice, was he on it?
I don't think
Oh,
so.
we need
You
to-
were on the email with Bob Farrell. weren't you?
We need to forward
Get a
that
question
to,
out of
Sure.
her.
I need to send it to you.
I'll send it to him right now.
I read the lawsuit and I read the settlement.
I'm not a lawyer.
This is on the NBA.
Did Bob sue?
No, they had a federal lawsuit lawsuit against them for ADA